Good night, Cake.
Yep. All right, let's try that again. Welcome back to the Spin Zone podcast with me, Cake Eater. We also got Wacko Carnival and Vile. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Gucci gang. Spent all my rent on a Glory Valkyrie.
Actually, where did mine go? Oh, it's right behind my drink. Yes.
There it is.
Yes, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple special guests all the way from the state of Minnesota. We have the one, the only Wayward. What's going on, buddy?
Yo, just chilling. Just got off of a fun tournament last weekend, or this past weekend.
Yesterday?
Yesterday. Yeah, I keep thinking it's Monday. Usually episodes come out on Monday. But yeah, had a really good time yesterday. So it's always fun to play Beyblade and then go into your work week and just do it all over again. So I'm doing good.
Nice. And we also have Stray Blade coming all the way from Illinois. How are you? How are things over in that area?
Dude, everything is peach keen over here. I was at a locals like an hour ago, which is a lot of fun.
Ooh.
So yeah, lots of Beyblade, lots of family, lots of fun.
Man.
And yeah, now we get to podcast with you guys. This is wild. So I'm stoked to be here.
Hell yeah.
Are we
Now
just
we're all
Gus
flexing
Bat.
bays now?
Gus
We're all
Bat.
flexing
I
up?
guess.
Yeah, I guess we're just all flexing some
I
bays.
guess I gotta flex something.
Okay, flex
This-
what you got.
I mean, this is what got me the most wins today in my locals was my Wolfie boy.
660?
Yeah, 660 on that free ball with that color combo. That'll make your daddy jealous.
Well, studies
And
do
then-
show if your colors coordinate on your bays, you actually do 10% better.
That's true.
Absolutely, it's
Yeah.
all about the vibes. It's all about the internal monologue that happens.
Well, speaking of vibes, we actually have a giveaway to do. So
boy.
Yeah, I know. So over this past month or so, you guys over on Spotify had the chance to win, and now we're putting a face to it, a Wayward spin stand brought to you by Wayward himself. So that is the exact spin stand that you are gonna be winning. So let's just pull this sucker up. We have a total
Wayward,
of,
I love that color, Wayward. I love that color.
it is
by
a
the
really
way, it turned out really good.
it is a
Yeah,
very
it goes
sharp
really
color.
good with the logo. I like it.
So we have 5 participants. So first place is going to be winning a free Wayward spin stand, and also second place is going to be winning from courtesy of Burr a $10 gift card to Bays and Bricks. So let's just go ahead and click on the wheel and let's see who has won. And the winner is Travis. So,
Yeah.
So-
Did I
Is that
time
who I
it?
think it is?
yes,
The air
That's who
horn
I
was
think it is,
perfect.
isn't it? That was
yes.
wonderful.
So Travis has won a free Wayward spin stand. So we will get in contact with you there, Travis. And now for the $10 gift card to Bays and Bricks, sponsored by Burr and the Michigan Scene. It is going to Daniel. So Daniel, if you would like to go ahead and message me on any of our social medias, let me know who you are, and we will get you that code. Appreciate all the people that participated in this free giveaway. Our next giveaway will probably be either on TikTok and or on YouTube. So let's just get this ball rolling. So this episode is all about Wayward and everything that he's been doing, and also about Contact.
It's all
Yeah.
about Wayward.
I mean,
Okay,
it is always about
so-
Wayward.
Well,
So Stray Blader
it is
wasn't
also
involved at all,
Wayward,
huh?
Yeah.
No, it's
No.
it's all about Wayward. I know what I said.
No.
No.
This episode is all
I'm
about
just going
Wayward.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, he's just right here. He's just here to make the show look at least 10% better. Just look at him.
My God.
Oh, man.
I'll take it, man. No, it's like do we want to start about like how Contact kind of came about,
Oh, yeah.
or
Yeah, that's
or
a good
where do we
place to
want to
start.
go with this? Because there's a lot to dissect. There's a lot of history between Wayward and I go back beyond Beyblade. First of all,
Oh,
we're both from other scenes that were once
Yep.
I have. Yes,
Tama.
absolutely.
is that
The
Pokeball?
glory. No, it's a kendama tama.
Yeah. So there's a lot of history to talk about. There's also
Okay, well,
there's also this how we have come to end up running this big event in Minneapolis and how they kind of merge into each other and how it kind of expands beyond even just Beyblade and all these different things. So there's a lot of different avenues that we can take here.
Oh yeah.
okay, well,
Choose your own
start.
adventure.
Let's start with the beginning. So you said you've been familiar with Wayward for many years, and both of you guys can weigh in on this. But how did y'all first meet?
So I guess Wayward and I both come from the scene of kendama. So kendama is a Japanese ball and cup game, and there's a similar community similar to Beyblade. Passionate people that love this game. It's competitive. It's people hyper nerd out on weights and gear, and it's just an obsessive thing. And I've been doing kendama for almost 19 years now, and going to Minneapolis to do events, right? So the North American Kendama Open and tons of different things in Minneapolis. And there was this cool like kendama streetwear brand called Street Kendama. They had this sick T-shirt that was like the Akira bomb, but it was a kendama ball, and I was like, that is freaking sick. And it turns out that like Wayward's the guy making all of these shirts, and Wayward's running this brand called Street Kendama, and that's kind of how we got introduced together through these events, and just how kendama brought us together. And then Wayward, you could take it from there, is kind of like how everything molded from kendama into Beyblade.
Sure, yeah. So I just want to point out that kendama, very similar to Beyblade, is community driven. Like the players are the ones that are stepping up to elevate whatever hobby it is, either kendama or Beyblade. So it's almost like a perfect pairing. We kind of know what to do because we already have that community mentality. So from there, I kind of took a little step back from kendama. I kind of closed on my screen printing that I was doing and moved on to a couple different hobbies. I still have a buttload of kendamas right behind me. I jam them every once in a while. It's a good like therapy for yourself. You're just focusing on one thing, kind of like Beyblade. If you're just focused on Beyblade, everything else, all the world's problems are gone. But yeah, so I took a step back, and years later, I get hit up about I think it was probably Cody, maybe it was Cody and Jake at the same time. They were looking for somebody to bring Beyblade into what was called North Kendama or North America Kendama Open, I believe. NAKO is what it turned out to be. It's held at a hotel. It's like a 3-day event with multiple different categories of skill levels. And now Cody has come up with an idea called DexCon, which is short for dexterity. These are all kind of dexterity toys. There's fingerboarding, kendama, and Beyblade. So from there, we were talking about what we could do. I signed up with them to kind of run the tournaments, and from there, we've been putting out, promotional ideas together and coming up with pricing, cool ideas to do outside of like the main events. So you're going to come to a tournament that's pretty standardized, but also there's going to be mini games. Like we can do anything really that we want to do. So it's a really cool idea for me and Jake to have a creativity within Beyblade. Like we're trying to elevate it. Well, I know Jake especially is trying to elevate Beyblade into something more than just the main tournament. So if you want to expand on that a little bit, like your ideas of what contact really means to you.
For sure. So for me, it was about, again, person that's been involved in kendama heavily for a very long time. I mean, I'm the MC for the World Championships in Hatakaichi, Hiroshima. I'm the MC for the European Championships in the Netherlands, and I MC North American Kendama Championships and multiple different things around. So I have a big voice in the Kendama world and the Kendama community. So I've seen so many different styles of events. And I got into Beyblade a little over a year ago just by choosing the mystery box on Netflix of like, what are we going to watch with my kids? I got a 5 and a 7-year-old, and it came out with Beyblade. And I'm right on the cusp of like the Beyblade nostalgia. So Beyblade holds no nostalgia for me whatsoever. I was deep into skating. I was born in 1983. Y'all do the damn math. And I just was right on the cusp. But if I did catch it back then, I would definitely be into it. So I saw that. I was like, yo, let's get into this. So started getting into Beyblade and bought some stuff for the kids and just got obsessed immediately. The kids were into it. And I started hosting like little small events in my basement, which we called the basement. And I was like, man, I want to do more. I want to get involved more. So I started going to local events and doing photography and videography for a lot of the local events and just finding ways that I can take the talents that I've learned from being in Kendama for so long and apply those to the Beyblade realm. And then the second the whole like DexCon thing came up, it was like, all right, we need Beyblade in this. Beyblade's got to be in the ring with Kendama and fingerboarding and all these other dexterity realm games. And the previous year, I hosted my own guerrilla Beyblade event at like 1 a.m. at the North American Kendama Open. I had like Japanese players going nuts. I had 2 Hasbro stadiums, a bunch of my Beyblades, and a bunch of eager people with a lot of liquor in them. And it was a ton of fun. So this year, it had to be something we had to bring back. And Cody linked up me and Wayward, and since then we've just been going. And the goal is to bridge this idea of what's a standardized normal Beyblade event, what's a Kendama event, and how can we blend the two styles together by having like the main event, but then you get done with it and there's tons of stuff to do afterwards, and just keeping people involved and making it be this kind of mixture between like, it's a serious contest. There's $1,000 cash up for grabs. But also, when you're done with that, you can go do Shinobi Showdown where you have to use Knife Shinobi, any setup you want. And the winner of that's going to get some stuff. And at 1 a.m., there's going to be Metal Needle, where Metal Needle is legal. And you can do that in the parking garage. There's going to be a bring your own stadium, but it can't be a stadium. It can be a salad bowl. It can be an urn, whatever the hell you want to launch a Beyblade in. And you can throw that down, have a bring your own stadium battle. It's about breaking down the seriousness and the ridiculousness of all of these games and having them all meet in the middle. And to me, that meeting is that's the contact and meeting everybody else within it. So that's the spiel.
That's awesome.
All right, so yeah, that's some pretty crazy stuff. Now, are you actually intending to have players launch Beyblades with Metal Needle in the parking garage? Is that like actually going to happen?
You see my face?
He's serious.
Yes.
He's serious. He's ready to
serious.
rock.
I love the fact that Metal Needle is banned, so I want to unban it in my own tournament. It'll be my stadium. You're not gonna. No one's gonna risk damaging their stadium. I just want a stadium in a parking garage at 1 a.m. on the floor, and a bunch of guys, a Bluetooth speaker playing thrash metal, $5 in, winner take all, and just freaking send it. Like, so, that's, to me, I just want that street level of Kendama. And that's the thing with, if anyone has any ideas for side games, bring them up. We'll run them. And that's what Contact's about.
Is that Metal Needle thing like one bay only, only Metal Needle, whatever bay, or is it three?
See, now you're thinking too hard.
I'm not.
I haven't thought that far ahead. I haven't thought that far ahead, dude. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Deck format, Metal Needle only. That's wild.
I'm gonna start laughing out the Metal Needle meta.
Oh my god, my understanding before you clarified was that because like Metal Needle's such a worthless bit no one cares about, we are just gonna launch it like directly onto the floor of the parking garage like there was no stadium.
And watch it go down the ramp. That's
well, you don't have to use Metal Needle. You don't have to use Metal Needle. It's just the idea that like it's legal. Like if you want to, we're not banning Metal Needle.
To be fair, I think it's almost more fun if you make them use it because like no one ever uses it, so it's kind of
yeah.
Metal
dude,
Needle
there's
only.
a guy Lou that's in the Chicago area that's doing a Quake only battle on the 9th of this month. Like you have to use Quake. So it's just again, it's just making
awesome.
it's disrupting and interrupting the meta, not just the meta of what you're playing, but the meta of contest format. It's like we're all doing the same format kind of constantly, and it's like that is a meta in its own. So once you disrupt that, you can have a lot of freaking fun. So that's what we're gonna be doing.
We should do a
For
glide.
Sure, I agree. Yeah.
We should do a glide only bit tournament.
You would say that.
How would you pick
You would
Use
glide?
glide tonight, man.
Everyone
You
use
would say
glide.
that.
Oh, you've got another glide supporter in here?
Yeah.
Now, guys, if
You think I'm joking, bro?
Let's go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right. Now, if I'm to understand correctly, the title sponsor of the contact portion of DexCon is Mall of Toys. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you gentlemen want to give me kind of a rundown on how you came upon the Mall of Toys sponsorship and what that's kind of done for you and for what you're able to do with the event?
It was a tag team effort between Wayward and myself. It really was, because we're in an interesting time. Like before, so I started doing Stray Blade X on Instagram. I made a few videos, and that was my introduction to Mall of Toys. They reached out to me being like, your videos are sick. We want to license some of these videos. We'll pay you this much and you'll get some store credit. And it's like, freaking, let's go. This is sick. So that kind of started our relationship. I got on the phone with Mall of Toys, just talked to them, because I just wanted to chat it up before the relationship started, and really got a sense of what they were about. And when it came down time for the event, we start talking about it. We have like 2 or 3 phone meetings. Everything's go, go, go. I'm talking game, and it's going to be sick. And then it's like the ceiling of Beyblade falls out of the freaking sky. You know, it's like all of a sudden popularity skyrockets. And at that point, scalpers start to skyrocket. So you have all these different entities are all around the place going nuts. And then Wayward and I are like on our lappies, just typing emails. And it's just like crickets for a second. We're like, oh, shit. We've been talking this game, and we've been spreading the name. Like we went ahead and announced $1,000 grand prize before we had any kind of title sponsorship. And Wayward and I were like, all right, we got to, okay. If we have no money and it comes down to this, we got to split this, man, because we got to stick to it. And we're like, all right, we're going to go for it. And then between Wayward and myself, like writing our contacts there, they finally came back to us, and we're like, we're good. The funds arrived in the account, and now we're full steam ahead. Even with there being the shortage, they said, quote, we're still going to honor the agreement we had before. And to me, that really meant a lot. Was like, okay, yeah, we talked about this. We got your hopes up. We told you what we were going to do. Even with all this stuff happening, we're still going to honor the agreements and things that we had, which is sick. Awesome. So that's how we got Mall of Toys. So shout out to them for being real ones. And
shout out. Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
Just absolutely coming through.
Well, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
I like that.
I know that was like the big one that you guys really wanted to bring on board. Now, I guess when we're talking about sponsors, did y'all have any other sponsors that you wanted to shout out or talk about that are contributing to the event in any way?
Spin Zone Podcast.
Hell yeah.
Always.
Okay, I wasn't looking for that. I know there's some other ones. So I know Wayward's got some T-shirts, for instance.
Yeah, Wayward, tell them about the. Wayward's been pulling, like, I've been working on like Mall Toys and some other big ones. Wayward's in the meantime just been casting that net, fishing.
Oh, I want
Wayward,
one of those so bad.
Wayward, tell them about that shirt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a really cool brand. These are some guys that are making embroidered, I guess you saw, say, bit chip emblems.
Ramen embroidery.
Yeah, ramen embroidery. They put the actual Beyblade on the back there. Super nice guys, like high quality products. You're paying for what you're paying for quality here. They're super cool. They ended up sending us 2 shirts for the prizing. I'm sure it'll probably go for that Saturday event, because that's kind of where everybody's kind of probably going to be going. The team event, it would be hard to divide up, 2 shirts for a team. So yeah, shout out to Ramen Embroidery. You can find them on Instagram. I believe they have a TikTok and a website. So more designs are coming. I saw that there's a hover wyvern coming and a Tyranno beat. I don't know. I might have put something in their ear to get them to do that Tyranno beat.
Yeah,
But
'cause
yeah,
it's Sharks,
Never.
Shark Scale,
Yeah,
and
check
what
out their
was the other
stuff.
one that they were releasing?
Meteor Dragoon is already out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
yeah.
Those
Shark Scale
shirts
and
look
Meteor.
awesome in person.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
also
those
do
shirts
have
are
a
sweet.
couple sweatshirts that they previously did that are on their website as well.
And that's just
So
the
if you-
Beyblade portion. They have so many other things too. Like these guys they're sick.
Yeah,
So shout
they're-
out to Ramen Embroidery.
Anime stuff, they're a really cool brand. And so yeah, shout out to them. Thank you for the product, and we'll be sure to be promoting you at the event as well. So I don't know if you have that flyer. There's a lot of different brands on there.
Yep, I can pull that up right now.
Jake knows a little bit about. You have a buddy, Slush Cult. You want to talk about him?
So with there being DexCon and it being fingerboarding, kendama, and Beyblade, one of my goals was the idea with the whole thing is like cross pollination. We're all of the same mindset, It's like we all like to just do things that involve a certain level of skill, a certain level of luck, and just diving deep into gear and performance. Kendama and fingerboarding follow the exact same thing as Beyblade. So why not introduce everyone to everyone's discipline? And everyone can share each other's like crafts and things like that. So Slush Cult from California is going to be donating a bunch of really sick fingerboards, like full complete finger skateboards, as well as like bags and hats and shirts and all kinds of stuff. Slush Cult has a full mini mart that they do, and it's really sick. So it's something else that you can get. So instead of going to a Beyblade event and just winning Beyblades, you can win something else that you might actually dive into, and it's a way to get involved in a totally new community. Same thing with kendama. So I also run a brand called Grain Theory. Grain Theory is a kendama brand that's been around since 2013, and I'm donating tons of kendamas and other things within that realm, so you can win some sick kendamas from Grain Theory. And we also have everything from a lot of 3D printers, and I'm working on some other sponsorships that I haven't fully like locked in yet, because it could either be something really sick or just standard or might not happen, but I'm still working on things. But yeah, there's a lot of prizes to be floated around and things to do. What was it? Something Bay Mafia donated these sick gift baskets.
McCullough.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool local Minnesota people that are getting involved, putting up prizing. So this is where I'm talking about, like, community is supporting, Beyblade. It all comes back to community. People see Beyblade and they want to support it. So we have some locals, McCullough Bay Mafia.
Yep.
This is a family that 3D prints and puts together these really cool baskets that might have candy, a Beyblade, 3D prints, keychains, stickers, all sorts of stuff. So you're getting like an actual prize. You're not just getting the Beyblade. You're getting a lot of goodies with it. We also have Plain Egg Printing, who's going to be doing the deck boxes. I was showing it off earlier.
That's my first time seeing it. It looks so good, dude.
It looks so good.
It looks better in person, I'll be honest. But yeah, we got these for our top players, first, second, and third. Teams will get this, and also the junior division will get these. So these are, I believe Plain Egg. Oh, you can't see it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the things. I'll show it later. I can show it again later. But we also have AJ, who's another local 3D printer, who's making some of the ripcord guides. So you can keep your ripcords straight that say contact on them.
Nice.
I will also be putting up some spin stands for free, or for giveaways.
For free?
And then there's a really cool vendor. I'm not sure if he's vending or if he's just going to be sending some product, but we have Switchcraft. Jake knows a little bit more about Switchcraft.
Yeah, so that's who I'm still working on right now. So
Okay.
and so Switchcraft is someone I've really wanted to get involved for since the beginning. If you guys aren't aware of Switchcraft.zone, Switchcraft is like these just hyper maximalism volley songs. So it's like a butterfly knife that you can ratchet on a Beyblade launcher to, or have your dice. It's just the epitome of maximalism, and it's sick. And I was like, I got to get this guy involved. And for a long time, there was silence. He just got back to me, and we had like an hour and a half meeting the other day. It was just a meeting of the minds, just talking about ideas and being like, okay, what can we do? And it ended up in like collaboration, and then it ended up going into like outer space with ideas. And so now we're trying to figure out like what's actually possible. But my goal is to have some Switchcraft Beyblade launcher butterfly knives, custom made with contact colorway or whatever it is for the winners. That's just the main goal. The biggest idea would be like, we've got custom stuff for sale there, and we have stuff with like, we're talking about like IC chips that go to different like websites and like all kinds of stuff. Like, again, the conversation, dude has a big mind for very cool ideas. And yeah, we just wrapped it up. So that's what I'm really working on, trying to like seal and be like, okay, now we're gonna get this going. So hopefully that all pans out, and we'll have some cool stuff from Switchcraft. But yeah, man, we got it. The idea was just to bring as many rewards to as many people for showing up. Because my experience from being in this event or being in this community for a little over a year now is the Chicago scene's popping off, dude. Like, our monthlies are like 105 people. Every single Monday, there's like 65 people. The smaller events are in the 30s and 40s. Like, there's today, I think there was like 35 people. There's just so many people playing Beyblade. And then when it comes down to prizes, it's like top 3, and then maybe some giveaways. And I'm like, you got 100 people here. And I'm thankful for all the prizes and all the stuff that the people have done. But I really feel like if there's a way to spread the prizes out more to where you have more stoked people about getting into Beyblade, and someone that maybe just showed up, like, okay, first of all, shout out to Phantom and those guys for throwing those events. The first time I showed up with my kids, and there was a point where they did a giveaway to new bladers, and they brought my daughter up there, and they gave her the what was it? It was the deck set. Fuck, with the waffle and what's that one called?
Yeah,
the Emperor Might deck set. So she got an Emperor Might deck set just for being a young blader and showing up and being a part of the new scene, which was incredible. So they'll get these. So there's like 3 for the new, and then there's like the top bladers that get stuff, and that was awesome. So that was really inspiring, and I'm like, dude, more people need to get stuff, because if it's your first time and you get something, you're in. So the more we can spread the prizes out, the more powerful it's going to be. So that's been the big goal with the prizing for this event. And I thought it was going to be hella easy, because I can, like, from the Kendama world, you just write emails to Kendama brands and you get flooded with stuff. You got like 50 prizes. This Beyblade's been a little bit different, like reaching out to creators and people. It's been like crickets. Oh, yeah. I'm like, I just need a custom ripcord pull from you, bro, and I'll put your name on a flyer. Like, just hook it up. Yeah, man, so it's been a really different and a lot of learning.
Yeah, man, those things, the Switchblade things, those things are sweet. I've seen videos on TikTok about those. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Also, for the
Cake, you have the newer version of the flyer.
Hopefully Wayward's just gonna send me one.
I can. I'll send it to you. Yeah, the Switchcraft thing is really cool. You can have like a saw on the side of your Beyblade launcher. You know, intimidate those players.
Yeah, I think getting a bunch of people just from every walk of game into one event, getting all the prizing up there, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
So when it comes to
I like. Good.
When it comes to the for the deck boxes, the top 3 will be getting the deck boxes. Top 2 will get a bit box with the deck boxes. And then the first place in all the divisions will be getting a deck box, a bit box, a egg balancing tool, a small goodies, and a carrying case. And that is all sponsored by Plain Egg Salad.
That's one sponsor. Prizes for those. I mean, come on, bro. And if you get first place, on top of that, you get a K in your pocket, man.
Hold on, show that one more time, Wayward.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Here's
He
the
wants to see that again.
deck box.
Well, yeah.
It looks so good, man.
Dude,
I'm
that
so
looks
hyped on
so
that.
good.
Let's go.
Got the colors, the
and-
match.
And the idea behind the name for Contact, I was trying to think of a name for this event, and I want it to be because for Kendama events, there's lots of like unique names, and there's like something open, and I just wanted to have something unique that can move on. And I mean, it's 3, 2, 1, go shoot. The next thing that's said is usually contact. So it's like every time you go out and you play, like you just hear contact. And so it's very deeply rooted in Beyblade, but also it's the idea of like making contact. The idea is you contact other people, you contact other bladers, you make contact with other disciplines like kendama and fingerboarding. It's contact in all of those different realms. So that's where the name kind of comes from.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. All yesterday, I kept hearing contact. I was like, oh, okay. It makes so much sense to name it contact.
Yes, sir.
It does get said. It does get said a lot. You're not wrong. Now, you said there's still some sponsors you're trying to reach out to. I have a personal question for you because this is what my personal thought was. Did you ever reach out to an energy drink company?
Yeah, I reached out to Dubby. So Dubby, I mean, you've probably seen them like on Instagram and shit. These guys are like, we want to sponsor you. They seem so desperate. And they're like, we want to sponsor you. We want to sponsor you.
Because they sponsor everybody.
And so I hit them up and I was like, I got an event. They're like, we're only hitting up like creators, like people that are doing Instagram. I'm like, well, I'm going to have, Beyblade wise, probably 100, let's say on the low end, 100 players, then plus friends and family. Then you have kendama. Then you have, I've got probably like 500 to 600 people in general. And they're like, just no. And I was like, whatever. But dude, sponsor wise, I've reached out to, okay, I reached out to Sugoi Mart, which does like Japanese snacks. I reached out to BetterHelp, like the online like therapy group. I reached out to every person whose demographic would be like 18 to 35-year-old, predominantly male, and into these kind of things with a neurodivergence percentage of in the like 75%. And I'm like, this is where, because to me, it's like, I was thinking like, if we can get BetterHelp or a big corporation like that into it, like they can give actual money to where we can do something crazy. And to be real, like a lot of the community could like benefit from stuff like that. And I'm just like, dude, I'm reaching out to big sponsors, small guys, everybody. But that's like the extreme level that I went with like writing emails. And I got back from some of them, and some of them turned them down, and some I got like no response from. But yeah, I just wanted to get as many different people supporting this thing as possible that they can benefit their brand, their company, and we can benefit from their support.
Yeah, so if you guys are,
but I haven't reached out to Red Bull
or Monster or anything else. So earlier we did have a flyer of Contact, and I guess the QR code was not working. So if you guys are watching now, this QR code should be able to work, and it does look like an updated flyer. So it looks like the Cosplay and Anime Vegas Expo.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, they're hooking it up
huge.
with tickets and passes to their event.
Yeah, so Cave is an event over in Las Vegas, October 3rd. They are actually having a big Beyblade tournament, but just future, we might have a big plan later on in a couple weeks involving Cave. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be coming on at some point in the near future. Now, my understanding is, they're donating like a ticket to their event or whatever, which, is, to my understanding, is like $175 entry fee normally. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big ticket.
It's to like the Anime Expo and then the Beyblade stuff, and So yeah, thanks to Cave for sending that out. That's freaking epic. And it's just about like, again, pulling it all in, because everyone's events can also benefit from everyone's events. If you say like, oh yeah, you win this event, you get free entry to this event, and it just kind of keeps people moving. The one thing that you know what, I'm not going to talk about that because that's something that's got to be a surprise.
Oh,
Sorry guys.
Got a surprise. All right.
I literally can't mention it because then it would null. I almost screwed myself there so hard. It would nullify everything. But it's something that I don't think has ever been done in a Beyblade event. I've done it in my own personal Kendama events, and it may have been done in a few events ago that I went to. But I'm going to bring it to a Beyblade event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys in a million years couldn't guess what it would be.
Let me ask you this then. Is it going to be a big surprise or a little surprise?
Chinese finger traps.
It's going to be a big surprise for one person and a like head turning, like slap yourself in the face like, wait, what? No. Really? Damn. For everyone else.
It sounds like you're going to give somebody a car or something. That's the only thing that I thought.
Nah, fucking giving someone a tax ignorance, dude. No, I'm just like I'm not trying to give someone a car and make them deal with that thing, man.
No, Michigan
dude, if you're
gives
giving
away
a car,
cars.
that's sick. But I'm like, would you rather have $1,000 or like a car?
You take the $1,000, yeah.
Depends on which car we're talking about. There's been a few different instances with a few different levels of quality is what I'll say.
True. But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, if oh man, now there's a lot of crazy prizes, and that's what I thought. Like the standard was going to become for Beyblade. It was like you have to have a car. Your event's not shit. And I was like, man. I guess we'll do $1,000 cash and tons of other prizes.
Hey, cash
and
money.
Hope people see it and are like, but it's not a car, but it's $1,000, so we'll still go.
It's interesting.
It's definitely easier to put in your suitcase.
Yeah, you can get home with
that's true. That's true. I think there's some duality to it too, because I do think once you get to a certain level of like insane prizing, the entry fee for the event generally has to reflect that. And at a certain point, you do start to lose people. You know, like this one in Vegas, $175, bro. Like that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? To enter an event.
That's a lot of horn
rhinos. There's going to be 200-300 people at. You know, so I think there's a balance.
I'm sorry,
somewhere.
Horn Rhino comment got me right there.
So you guys mentioned like Kadama and fingerboarding and everything. What about other communities? Like I don't know what else is really out there that involves something like that, like maybe hacky sack or like cornholes or anything else like that. Did you reach out to any others that did not actually respond? Or
so we're not in charge of DexCon. We are just a part of DexCon. I was involved in kind of the committee with figuring stuff out, and I was always like, well, obviously it's yo-yo, kendama, fingerboarding, Beyblade, like duh. And yo-yo is a little tough. Fingerboarding is going to be sick, but the top choices it just was a little bit more difficult to kind of like gather those people. But with Beyblade, I mean, if you're in Beyblade, you're super passionate. And the fact that Wayward is in Minneapolis and he is already hyper involved, and I'm already hyper involved in kendama and doing events, and I was the person that did the Beyblade event last year that kind of popped off and at an AKO. And so that kind of like planted the seeds for like, we should do Beyblade. And the second he said he was doing DexCon, I was like, we have to do Beyblade. If we don't do Beyblade, we're fucking up. So it's like, I was very, very, very like intense with like, we have to do this. And then it just all came together. But yeah, cornhole would obviously be a really sick one, I think.
Yeah.
Just those games that have a super competitive level to them, dude. Even like bocce would be really hard. But I mean, there's tons of other things you can think of. I mean, outside of, I think I would draw the line at TCGs. Like TCG is a different realm because there's no like dexterity base, but it's still in the same like nerd realm, but it's not a an action kind of thing.
There is zero physical skill associated with TCG. It's all mental skill.
And that's what DexCon is about. There's got to be that physicality to it.
Yeah.
Bali Song, actually, Butterfly Nights, but trying to convince a hotel, hey, I'm gonna have like 100 guys with fucking butterfly knives come in.
Yeah, that might be a tough sell. Might be a tough sell.
Yeah, the insurance you'd have to retain to be able to run that event would be totally insane.
It'd be insane. But that's where I think it would go. You know, like if it did like keep evolving, that insurance could get paid because you have to get sponsors from fucking BetterHelp. I don't know.
So is Butterfly Knife really like a community?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can do tricks with him just like you can with yo-yos or anything else. I mean,
right. I guess I never really thought.
I'm gonna send you videos. I'm gonna send you videos, man.
So I got a question for you. And this one is a little bit outside of contact, but it's. I think a lot of people watching will enjoy it because I think a lot of them probably had experience with this as kids.
Moonshine.
What is the difference in quality between the modern day fingerboards and like the tech decks that we used to see at Walmart and Target when we were kids?
Dude, absolutely. So fingerboarding started with just making stuff out of cardboard. A toy developer saw his kids doing that and said, I have an idea. And that's where Tech Deck came from. Tech Deck is plastic, molded, which is fine. But they were using like this is the first thing you'll notice when you touch like an actual pro fingerboarding or pro level fingerboard is
please tell me
Tech Decks have like that sandpapery stuff on top.
Same. Grip tape.
The modern ones have what's called rip tape. So it's like a neoprene and your fingers, because grip tape is made for rubber soles on your shoes, right? And like 150 to 200 pounds of weight moving on it. This is made for your fingers and your fingers just stick to it, right? And so the first thing you'll notice when you touch a new fingerboard, pro level fingerboard, is that rip tape. Also, these are plied and pressed the exact same way that an actual skateboard is. This is a 5-ply of wood veneer maple fingerboard. The trucks have like a flex to them, just like an actual skateboard. They have full on kingpin. The wheels have bearings and they're made of urethane. And they have different shapes, just like Beyblades. I tried to do a comparison. Just like Beyblades have different shapes and they perform differently. A fingerboard will have a different shape and perform differently. Some concave up, some have a little bit less of a low profile. And so it really just dives deep. But the stuff you're going to get from a Tech Deck, you can still do tricks with. It's just much harder and it's probably going to break sooner and you're going to probably have to modify it. But you get a pro level fingerboard and you can just have fun and it sticks to your hands and it's still hard as shit, but you can learn faster.
Now one follow-up question, just so that people who are listening have a gauge. What is the price on something like that? Like what you just showed us?
Mercy. So Tech Deck you get from the store, it's $2, right? $2-3. So the one I'm holding here is a GT96, which is the collaboration that my brand Grain Theory just did with a brand called Kim's. From Skate 618 in Edwardsville in Illinois. And this complete fingerboard, which is on a really good price, is being sold for $70. But if you were to go buy like the trucks, the wheels, the board, you're looking at spending $100 to $120 to get your thing tuned exactly the way you want. And some people will gasp at this price, right? But if you think about how specialized everything is, like, dude, these are skateboard trucks that some guy invented a shrink ray. Like, you haven't invented a shrink ray and you go, and you shoot skateboard trucks and you shrink them into exact miniature trucks. That shrink ray cost a shit ton of money to make. So, I mean, to be able to make this is a miracle in itself. So, It's a specialized piece of equipment, and the price reflects that. But also, you spend the money on it, and it's going to last you a long time, and it's addictively fun.
See, with the Beyblade market the way it's been lately, that doesn't seem that crazy to me. Like,
Yeah, I guess
right.
not.
Yeah, none of
They're
us
saying,
really
like,
kind of flinched that
140.
up.
But these are being scalped, bro. Like these are just like but imagine if like you went to just buy it. Okay, here's a difference though. It's like Beyblade is Beyblade. Like there is Beyblade.
Yeah.
But I don't have a Beyblade brand that designs my own Beyblades and sells my Beyblades. And Wayward doesn't have a Beyblade brand that sells street Beyblades. Street Beyblades, dude. There's your new streetwear brand.
Yeah.
And so there's no competition amongst Beyblade. So like, but with fingerboarding and kendama, like everyone had like there's multiple brands because there's no lock and key on a Beyblade or on a fingerboard and kendama. So that's where it's cool because with Beyblade everything's standardized. It's this and that. But when that supply goes away, you're dry. If one kendama gets really popular and sells out, you've still got 8 to 9 different other kendama brands that you can purchase from, you know? No, 20, 30 different brands to purchase from. So the supply is a lot different, so there's less scalping in Beyblade and supply issues, or less scalping in kendama and fingerboarding and supply issues and things. So
no, I mean it's super cool and definitely way more advanced than like the tech decks were when we were kids. You know, like because those were super hot back in the day, but this is like a totally different level. Like the trucks on tech decks don't move like those did. I mean that's crazy.
You had to modify them, and that's what we did.
We're going from like flame brand Beyblades to the real stuff here. Tech decks to that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what would you say? What would you guys say? And this either of you, I mean, maybe even Wayward take this one because Wayward doesn't talk much recently. What's been the biggest challenge up to this point in putting Contact together?
Ooh. Well, Jake or not Jake, sorry, Stray Blade.
Don't blow my cover, bro. That's my government name.
We talked
He
about
said
that
it earlier
behind
where,
the scenes, dude. Jesus.
Yeah. All right, what was the question again? The hardest thing about putting this together.
Yeah, the biggest challenge so far.
And then you dropped his government name.
Yeah, I do think it was kind of getting the sponsors. Like we got in at a very odd time with how product was going with all these different Beyblade companies. So we kind of had something lined up, and then we just weren't getting replies back as frequently as we were in the past. Thankfully that was honored, and we went forward with that. That saved us a lot of headache, and then that kind of invigorated us to keep going for more and more sponsors, keep searching. Outside of that, I've personally ran a lot of events along other side, like other people here in Minnesota. So I have the tournaments down. Like I know what I need to do for a tournament. But getting people to come and sign up pre-registering is kind of a hard thing to do. I know I can get people from Minnesota. I still have to kind of get on them, but to grab people from close states like Ohio or Illinois or Michigan, grabbing those people to come spend money and stay at a hotel with all that. So we kind of had to push out like, hey, we have a venue that you can stay at. It's right there. You have a hotel. There's all these amenities. Plus, it's 3 days of Beyblading. So kind of like putting that into people's heads has been kind of a struggle as well. Like for me personally, if I saw an event like this, it would click in my head right away. Like that's 3 days I get to hang out with my homies, play Beyblade into the nighttime. Like, I mean, we went to Chicago. We were playing Beyblade outside of the hotel. We just set up camp right there. We had chairs. We had spin stands. But other communities aren't. They're not like us. Like not every community is gonna stay out till 2 a.m. outside playing Beyblade and just getting to know your community. So to sum it up, just working with sponsors and then getting people to buy that ticket has kind of been what I've had a hard time with, but it's slowly coming in. We're getting closer to the date, and I think those people are going to start rolling in, getting those tickets. And with this podcast too, us being able to explain it more, a flyer can only do so much, right? So, and then
Very
having Straight Blade on here, talking it up and like, you know, his vision for it, I think that also helps a lot too. So, were there anything you want to add to that?
No, that's the struggle. Is just we were given the opportunity with DexCon, so shout out DexCon for just letting us do our thing. But then it's like we get the idea, and now we're like, we have to actualize this idea, and to actualize this idea, we have to get this support. And so we're like, there was a moment where I'm talking to Wayward, and I'm like, we might just have to tether our expectations a little bit, because we started up here being like, dude, this is going to be a massive tournament. It's going to be sick. And then we had to be like, all right, well, maybe we're going to have to be like, okay, let's just pump the brakes, because we're going to get ourselves hyped and then disappointed. And then Mall Toys finally came back through, and we're like, nope, it's going to be sick, and we're going to have an incredible time. And then it was like this waterfall effect. It's like we were dry. We were like sending out, I mean, we're talking to everybody. And then it was like one sponsorship came in. We're like, okay, sick. Momentum. Then another one and another one and another one. And then the Mall Toys came through and they hit. And then it's just been pop, 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 pop since then. And it's kind of this this excitement, but also this nervousness that drives it, you know? And once it's just, I mean, it's a real lifetime. It's a real live Wizard Rod versus Wizard Rod battle where you're just like, when is this going to end? Who's going to win? Someone's going to win, but it's taking way too long to find out who's going to win, you know? So we've just been like waiting out two Wizard Rods this whole time, and finally we won, and it's coming through, and we're doing it. So
I love that analysis.
You got the one big crit into the extreme pocket, and now you got all the sponsors.
Pretty much. You guys have done a great job with the sponsorships, and obviously Mall of Toys honoring their agreement was very important to that. But
huge.
all these other non-title sponsors has also been chipping in and doing a great job, and I'm really happy to see that. But Wayward touched on a great point. And this is something that I think is a little bit different in Beyblade than in other areas or other communities. People do really, they want to wait till the last minute to sign up for things, and they don't like traveling very much, it doesn't seem like, or maybe they can't afford to. I'm not sure what it is. But it sounds like in Kendama, everyone comes to this. Everyone comes to DexCon every single year. And if you like Taylor Swift, or you like Metallica or Kenny Chesney or whoever the hell, people have no problem spending hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars on concert tickets and flying across the country to go see their favorite music artist. But you ask them to pay $60 or $75 for a 3-day weekend of Beyblade, and for a lot of people, that's suddenly too much. And it's kind of a weird thing.
It's a perspective thing.
Oh.
It's which I have found that within Beyblade, just in general, every event I go to costs between $10 to $20, right?
Yeah.
And that's every event, every weekly, every monthly, everything. And in Kendama, every event is free besides the big events, right? And I remember talking to some of my Kendama guys. I was like, dude, do you know there is a world where everyone pays, like 60 people come out to your jam on Monday and pay $10 each, and everything is fine? And they're like, what do you mean? I was explaining how like the Beyblade world works. And because in Kendama, everything is expected to be free for some reason. And I was explaining to it, and I'm like, man, this is wild. And like I happily go and do and pay, because I really want to support the people putting it together, because to me it's so important to have community organizers and to be able to support them and make sure they don't get thrown under the bus for whatever they're doing, and support them. I want every organizer to come out on top at the end of it to reward them for hosting and bringing everybody together. It's a huge thing. So it's like, I think that with Beyblade, it's just a different it's a different crew of people with the same mindset of I want to go and enjoy and be around like-minded people and just do my thing and be myself and have freaking fun. And they maybe haven't experienced, because it's very common that kendama travels and everyone stays and does things and people save up a lot of money and go do that. But with Beyblade, there's so many local events that maybe it's a little bit harder for people to justify, like, oh, well, I can just do this on Thursday, but it's going to be here closer to me. But what they don't realize is that this is going to be something completely different. It's going to be more of a festival. Like Lollapalooza is happening right now in Chicago. This is like going to be, the goal is like a Lollapalooza-ish thing of Beyblade, where it's like, yeah, there's 3 days and we've got acts. And one of my big goals was like getting content creators to come and do talks. Like I want to have like an time, like, all right, from 4 till 5, you can go sit there and talk to your favorite content creators, going to talk about what it was like for them getting in and starting a YouTube channel and like how that's changed their life. Kind of surround it with these different things, you know, like you guys are going to be doing the podcast there, which is going to be super sick. Like people are going to be able to see in person, like what you guys are doing. And you guys are like the biggest podcast in Beyblade. So it's like to see you guys in person doing your thing and people can witness it, they'll be able to actually get inspired maybe and do something like that themselves. So that's the goal.
Yeah, and personally, I do agree. We are probably one of the best Beyblade podcasts, which we are actually in the running for Beyblade podcast.
Self-promotion.
Oh, absolutely. This is a huge accomplishment. Beyblade podcast of the year over at BayCon, which is going to be next weekend. It is going to be amazing. Hopefully we take home the win, but even just us getting nominated, we are extremely thankful for everybody that has actually listened, supported, and loved all of our content and everything. So really appreciate all of you guys for everything. So thank you guys.
You know what's wild? You know what's wild to me? I do want to comment on that real quick before we get back to contact.
Yeah.
It was wild to me that Ash and Dragoons didn't even get a nomination.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was surprised by that.
Whereas like, I totally think Third Bay Problems deserve to get nominated. Like we've actually done a collaboration with them in the past. They're a great podcast.
Oh,
in fact,
great episode.
They'd probably be more popular than us over here if they were based out of the U.S. I mean, they do a very, very good job. But the other two people on there, I don't know that I even consider them podcast. Like,
no,
Zanky is not really a podcaster.
No, Relaunch is a podcast.
Relaunch is sick. Okay. I like Relaunch.
But is Zanky a podcast?
Sometimes, rarely. Every now and then.
I don't. He qualifies for so many other categories. I'm not sure. That was a little interesting, but you know, it is what it is.
He does the live broadcast, which I guess you can maybe call it a podcast where he talks about his gym workouts.
But if you want to be a podcast, you have to have at least 3 white guys. No.
I think the big difference is. I think the big difference is. Do you go live randomly, or is what you're doing episodic in nature? And I don't think Zanky qualifies in the second regard. Like, I think he goes live, but I don't think he has episodes or like guests or like, you know, it's not really.
No, there's definitely no guests.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. So go vote for Spin Zone Podcast. If that voting is still open, definitely go vote for them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because we're gonna have
You'll be there. You'll be there, Wacko. You'll be there. You can receive the award in person.
I will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's kind of transition back to contact. So actually, I got a couple questions. So when it comes to like the fingerboarding and kendama and everything, which are super cool and which are kind of an underrated activity and everything, are you guys gonna have like a free play like skate park for the fingerboards, or how are there gonna be competitions, or how? No, like seriously, there are like
No, it's just funny because I asked a fingerboard question and now you're asking a fingerboard question.
Y'all just want a fingerboard. I think you guys need to get some fingerboards.
But see, here's the thing. We already kind of know what's going to happen in Beyblade, because at least, I mean, maybe Cake and Wacko a little less, but me and Wayward talk like almost every day, like quite extensively. So like, I know kind of most of what's going to happen with Beyblade. I have no idea like where does the fingerboard competition happen? Is it just like on a flat table, or is it in like a fingerboard skate park?
Totally.
Like who makes that? What's it made out of? I mean, those are good questions. Like they really are.
Absolutely. So I'll take this one. And
Yeah.
so Contact is just the Beyblade, right? DexCon is the umbrella that Contact is under, and there's also 2 other events under Contact. And so if you come, you can go check out the Beyblade. We're gonna have free play, right? So let's say you just want to come to DexCon and experience everything, but you don't want to enter like the Beyblade event. You don't want to enter the Kendama event or the fingerboard event. You can just come, get a ticket to go in, and there's going to be free play for Beyblade. Which, by the way, all of the side events like Shinobi Showdown, like Bring Your Own Stadium, all of the stuff that happens there, that's all free. Like you can enter that stuff whenever, willy-nilly. So my goal is to get people to do that. And you can go into the fingerboard event, which is going to be tons of tiny skate parks. Tons of tiny little skate parks. Giant tiny skate parks. And that's where a lot of the event will go down. But there's going to be so many people there that are going to be able to show you and teach you and just help you out with learning what fingerboarding is. And the same thing with kendama, you just need a kendama. So there's going to be lots of events within the kendama world where it's going to be like, oh yeah, come learn kendama. We'll teach you how to spike it, teach you how to do to do tricks. You want to just walk in and watch the world champion go up against the other world champion, you can do that. If you want to go to Beyblade and watch the finals of Beyblade, which I'm going to be emceeing, which I'm really stoked on. That's one thing I'm really excited about for Contact, is finally being able to use my MC capabilities with Beyblade. I'm fucking pumped. And with fingerboarding, if you want to go watch the finals and games of skate, which is on a flat surface, and so it's like one guy does a kickflip, the other guy does a kickflip. It's a game of skate. But there's also going to be maybe like a street finals or vert finals or whatever it might be. I don't know what they have going on, honestly.
Now would a vert finals be where someone's taking their fingerboard like off a fingerboard ramp type of thing and doing like
on a half pipe? Yeah.
Okay, that's sick.
On
I
a
love
fingerboard half pipe. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Damn.
So, I mean, fingerboarding has gotten like super, super evolved. And this is the crazy analogy that I always use. It's like, when you go in some like old guy's house and there's like that sick model train set that's like completely detailed down to the moss on the tracks and the granites on the steps going into the train station and little lights. Like, that's fingerboarding, but with skate parks. So you're going to have a skate park with a little trash can with 3 tiny Tecates crushed next to it that you can grind the ledge that looks like it's waxed perfectly and then kickflip over it. It's all like this miniaturized version of reality that you can perform on. And it's hard to perform on, but it's really satisfying when you do, because you just get sucked into that world. It's like whenever you go and you do a really good Beyblade battle, like my mind goes to the anime and I just embody, I like see it. I'm just like, dude, that's how I feel. I'm like, this is it. When the battle's going good, you're like, oh, I'm there. I'm in it. And then you come back out and you're in reality. And that's how fingerboarding is as well. When you're on that rail or that ramp, like you're in it, you're doing it. And
that's crazy. No, that's crazy. It's almost what you're describing is almost like you're playing Tony Hawk, but in real life with your fingers. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like rather than your fingers working the controller, you're working the actual, the fingerboard.
Yeah, and you're going to train for years to be able to do that varial heel flip to nose grind, nollie flip out.
That's
those are skating
wild.
terminologies.
With your fingers.
and actually, like
walking?
one of the most oh my god, one of the most
With your
interesting
fingers.
things about this episode, for me at least, has actually been, I always felt like Beyblade was a very grassroots scene, because like, Takara Tomy, Hasbro, they don't really do anything for us. They're not really involved, at least here in the States. And so like, I'm like, oh, we're putting things together. We're really grassroots. But we're all using, only official, Beyblade X products. We're all always playing in the same 1 or maybe 2, depending on your locale, like official Beyblade X stadium. And I've never thought about really like,
what else could be done with the scene if suddenly, we just decided like, hey, we don't only need to use this. Now Wacko can make Beyblades and we can use those. And now Cake can make a stadium and we can use that. Like, and that's kind of what it sounds like happens in fingerboarding and kendama a lot more. And it's kind of neat.
Absolutely.
I kind of like it, actually.
It creates a Wild West of it. I mean, the best example I've seen of this is the Bedford Beyblade crew out there in England that does the Beyblade drum and bass battles under the bridge with Mormon baptisms and tinfoil hats. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I've heard of those.
I have never heard of that, but it sounds wild.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I think it's the coolest thing in Beyblade, and I'm just going to talk about these guys for a little bit. If you guys are listening, this is not a paid advertisement. That's something that I feel like they would say. But no, oh my god, Bedford Beyblade crew. They meet under a fucking underpass by a river. They have a concrete Beyblade stadium. They say if it spins, it's in. They light that shit on fire. They got a live drum and bass DJ. They buy a bunch of pizza. They baptize people in the lake, and they put tinfoil hats on them, and they Beyblade and have a tournament. It is the epitome of obscurity and just like a big boom to just like normality of Beyblade. I am completely obsessed with these guys, and they're incredible. Bedford Beyblade, yeah, you've got to go see them. And their promo that they put out is absolutely hilarious, and it pushes comfortability limits. Yeah, they are next level like alt Beyblade, and I to the point where I looked up tickets to go to a Bedford. I was thinking about flying to England flying to UK to go just see what the heck this was. Which the other thing with Contact, I'm trying to get DJs to come in and music because I need music at all these events and MCs. So we're not going to have any Mormon baptisms, which they call it.
Why
We're
not?
not going to have tinfoil hats.
Why?
And
you gotta
pay extra for that.
Yeah. That goes down at Metal Needle. But Metal Needle was honestly inspired by what they were doing. I was like, I just need something raw. Like, I'm going to have a Bluetooth speaker playing Infectious Inkling. If you don't know Infectious Inkling, look up Infectious Inkling and DJ Smokey. And it's going to be playing that kind of music. And I just want to disrupt and make it just obscure as possible. So I don't know how the hell that came about. But yeah, Bedford.
They're awesome, though.
Dude, they're freaking insane. I love them.
Well, we actually got a question coming from YouTube from Burr, actually. He wants me to ask you what the cadence is going to be for the Beyblade tournaments.
Oh, yeah. What's your countdown? 3, 2, 1. What do you do?
It's going to be San, Ni, Ish, Hajime. No, that's Kendama. That's Kendama countdown. Oh, what's the cadence going to be?
Let it rip or go shoot?
No, it'll be go shoot. The real question is
shoot.
Yeah,
I think he's asking for like if you're going to be like emceeing the finals, are you going to exaggerate the go shoot?
No, I'm not calling that. That's a ref.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm MC, so I'm gonna okay. The other thing that I want, this happened, and again, I love all of my Beyblade organizers, but it's like the finals happen. It's just like finals happened. It's done. It's like, I love theatrics. I love getting everyone in. And the fact that like, I'm like, oh, when's the finals? Like, oh, it just happened. I'm like, no one said like, yo guys, final match. We got so-and-so versus Rusty Nuts. And we're going to freaking come together and like, who's going to win this? We got
what a name.
Sword Dragon on the way. Like just building some kind of intensity, like for my fantasy for the finals, for the uppercut division at Contact, is I want one stadium, every stadium pushed aside, and I want it to look like a scene out of Street Fighter Turbo. I want everyone around that just being like, let's go, you know? And I want everyone to go in there, and when someone wins, bum rush that fool. I'm going to be making it rain $1,000 on this guy, you know? Or girl, or whoever.
So I do hear exactly what you're saying. And I think the difference is that at locals, you know, whether it's Chicago or Minneapolis or Arizona, wherever the fuck it may be, there's this cultural thing that once Swiss is over, if you didn't make Top Cut, you go. Like, that's a very cultural thing in Beyblade. And because this is the unique event that spans 3 days, and the event you're specifically speaking about is on Saturday, most people will probably still be there hanging out and chilling
Nowhere
with
to go.
Totally,
Yeah,
totally
we're gonna
You have
different
nowhere
vibe.
to
lock
go.
the doors.
You
Lock
get out
the
of
door.
Swiss, you go to the bar, you get a beer, you bring it back, and you watch the rest of the matches. That's how it's going to go down.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I hope so. I would really like it if our community, and not just our community, but the Beyblade community in general, did that more. I feel like there's a lot of, oh, I didn't make Top Cut, now I'm rushing home as fast as I can.
Yeah.
And I would like to see an event where that doesn't happen.
Well, part of me thinks an MC can do that because my job at the Kendama World Cup, at the Freestyle World Championships, at the European Championships is to guide the crowd. So, like, when people lose, well, first of all, I want people there that just aren't competing. Like, I'm like, whenever it's time for the finals, I'm gonna go into fingerboarding and kendama, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Beyblade, someone's about to win $1,000, and I'm gonna toss out some random product, right?" So I'm gonna get I want 100 people around this Beyblade stadium, this Wayward Spin Stand. And I want people to go for it, but I'm going to bring people in and I'm going to bring this hype up. I'm going to just really hype up these players and the ref's going to be there. They're going to go for it. And I'm going to announce the match and bring this hype. And that's kind of the goal with it. And with most events that I've been to, I forget his name, but oh my God, at the Top Cut events, we have one of the best MCs. This dude is powerful. And
Can I ask? Is it a black guy?
Yeah. What's his name?
Okay, we know.
He was at
exactly what you're
Midwest.
talking
We love
about.
that
Yeah,
guy.
dude, he is awesome.
He's
Yeah,
incredible. And like I
Amazing.
see him, and I'm like, dude, I don't know his blader name. Because like
I don't either.
I never see him get called. I only ever see him emceeing. But dude, I'm like, that guy, that's the MC, and it's a part of me is like, he MCs all the finals at Top Cut. So I will say Top Cut does have the dope MC for the finals, and he hypes that shit, and it fuels me. I stay for him when I can, and so I'm like, I need to carry that
Zukin?
energy into this.
Zukin
So that's what we're trying to do.
That'll be
Zukum?
sick. Yeah. He was at Beyblade Midwest, and he did a phenomenal job.
He's
And
incredible.
it was just like what you were talking about. It went down exactly that way, where like I was the one judging the match, so I was like the umpire or the referee on the field, and then in sports he would have been up in the commentator's booth, like making it exciting, and
Absolutely.
that's exactly the vibe. Like I love that.
And I'm comfortable now because before, like I know Beyblade stuff now. I know the gear, I know the things, I know stuff. So I'm comfortable with emceeing it. It's not like I'm going into this being like, oh, like he hit the guy and it went into the thing.
We actually had that experience. We did a training event for the Hasbro GPs that are going on throughout the country in Canada right now, and that was part of the training they had their MCs doing at this practice event. Was they're just MCs, like they're good at what they do.
Hire my ass. Give me that money. Let me go do that shit.
Yeah.
This is what I do. This is my thing.
So
Yeah, they were
thing is,
asking us like how to MC for Beyblade, and it's like, all right, this is this. You call this this.
All right,
But,
I'm gonna write them. I'm gonna write them an aggressive letter.
Wow.
But that's the thing is like I'm excited to because like watching him MC like he know like they show the setups, he analyzes the setups, so whenever it starts going he starts being like, yep, when that Hexa starts hitting the rail, you know it's gonna slow down, but does he have the stamina? Does he have it? Oh, he's coming in, and like he just hits it, and it
Yeah,
gets,
that's him.
you know exactly what I'm talking about because he does such a good job.
Yeah.
And so like I'm really inspired by him, and I'm like, okay, that's the bar. To me, he's the best. And I'm like, all right, at this event, I gotta go. I gotta try and reach that level. So I'm really excited, but that's my goal as an MC is I'm gonna go to all the other guys, say, whoop, steal your people. Come on, we got this match. It's gonna last this time, and it's gonna be lit because someone's about to win $1,000 ripping Beyblade.
are you literally gonna like make it rain on him? Or are you gonna like?
I might I might get some fake money and do that. I
No,
have
you're
thought
gonna get
about
one
that.
of the little money
The
guns.
guns.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
dude, we had money guns with Molotov stickers on them, and we gave them out to the crowd.
shit.
It's in the middle of the crowd. So the second, I'm like, yo, hold this gun. The second somebody wins, just start making it rain fake. Okay, how can we get fake money printed with Molotov logo on it? Like
That'd be unreal.
this is where I'm going, y'all. Like that's where I'm much fun. Making it rain, Molotov bucks, bro.
I mean, Egg does all sorts of 3D printing, but he also does like a lot of normal printing too. I don't know. Maybe Egg could do something like that.
I don't know. He's up in
3D
chat there,
printing,
so,
just
yeah.
like solid dollar bills, just pegging.
Oh my god!
Well, speaking of the $1,000, Wacko, what are you planning on doing with that $1,000?
Oh, God.
Damn!
You think I'm
Damn,
gonna win
Wayward's
it? I don't
out.
know.
Wayward's
Let's go
out,
around.
apparently.
From
I've been on a
Bacon.
I've been on a hot streak recently. I don't know if I'm gonna be still on a hot streak at the end of August, but I'll give it my best. But
You gotta
speaking
keep
of
that
playing
hype
in
up,
the
Wacko.
tournament, yeah,
You gotta keep that hype up, brother.
we've talked a lot about the tournament, but we haven't really talked about what we're going to be playing, what format, what events are happening on what days.
We're
so
too
what
busy
is
talking about
content
it. Yeah,
going
yeah.
to
That's a
be?
good question. That's a good question. Let's touch on that. Go ahead, guys.
That's not Metal Needle.
Yeah, I can take on this. So it's going to be August 21st through the 23rd. It's a 3-day weekend. The first day is going to kind of be like a meetup day. Also, we're going to have the junior division, which is called Next Up. This is 12 and under. This will be at $10 per blader. And this will be later in the day. We haven't nailed down a time, but it'll probably be around 5 o'clock. We don't have. Oh, we have the format. It'll be a 3v3. First stage, first to 5 points, Swiss, and then final stage to 7 points, single elimination. Kind of our standard, what we do here in Minnesota, where you roll a dice, you decide on what side you're going to get, whoever wins that dice roll, and then the stadium stays the way it is. There's some optional rules where out of bounce, we're going to be a little less, strict on the kids division. So say something comes out the top, that'll be a reshoot. Self KO, probably a reshoot.
Okay, so it's gonna be South Dakota style.
Yeah, other little things. This is only for the junior division. And when it goes on to Saturday, which is our Swiss Showdown, let me bring that up here. This is called Uppercut Swiss Showdown. This will be Saturday. This is $30 per blader. This will probably start around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. It depends on closer we get to the dates. We'll know how many people are signed up, and if we all of a sudden we have 100 people, like we're gonna have to start earlier in the day to make sure we get that tournament done. So first stage for that will be 5 points. First to 5, Swiss. Like I said, with the dice rolling, that'll be decided, and the orientation will stay. No rotation on that. And then we'll do best of 3 to 4 points for final stage, single elimination there. We have some optional rules there where out of bounds out the top is going to be 2 points. Self KOing is going to be full points, full punishment. So you really have to be on top of your game. Other things as far as like painted bays and stickers on your Beyblades, those are going to be allowed. But if you do have something like that, we're probably going to have to just make sure it's good, inspect it. There is a chance that it might be turned away. So make sure you have an extra of that Beyblade just in case, but you probably should be okay there. And then also like Valkyrie chip and Emperor chip, you can only have one of each of those. You can't have 2 Valkyrie chips on your CX Bay. And kind of similarly for our Unite tournament on that Sunday, August 23rd, this will be a team event where you have a team of 3 bladers. Each blader will have 1 bay that they will play. The whole deck, the whole team, 1, 2, 3, cannot have repeating parts or repeating bays. Kind of a standard, team event. If you have any questions on team events, you can also reach out to us. There's a whole breakdown on the challenge, but essentially you're going to be playing first stage will be to 7 points, and this will be a Swiss rounds. So you'll probably get at least 5 rounds. If we get a lot of teams, you might go up to 7 rounds. And then final stage will also stay at 7 points, but that'll be single elimination. So it's a little different than what we kind of do here in Minnesota. The 7 points is for first stage and second stage, but when you get to second stage, final stage, it'll be single elimination. Same thing with the dice rolls that will cement the orientation of the stadium. And then we have the same rules that I said for Saturday's event, where out of the top will be 2 points. Also, full punishment if you self KO into the pocket, that'll be full points. And same thing with the painted bays and the Valkyrie chip and the Emperor chip. All the information is on the challenge. So if you go to each event, make sure you're reading through that so you have an idea of what's going on. But these are not like crazy rules where, say you play in a different state, it's not going to be like something out of left field. Yeah. It's kind of all comes down to, are we playing to 4 points or are we playing to 5 points? That kind of thing. So nothing too crazy. But in between like our downtimes, we'll probably have like hopefully like an hour for you guys to take a break, to grab lunch, grab a beer, whatever you want to do during that time. Go to the bathroom. We got to give our judges some break time as well.
Yes.
They're gonna go to the hot tub, the sauna, the pool.
Yeah.
Guys, this hotel is lit. Like, it's got it all. Like, we're gonna have a sauna club. We're gonna be ripping bays in the hot tub. I bought a bucket stadium specifically for it.
In a hot tub or a sauna?
What?
In a hot tub or a sauna? You said a sauna club, and then you said something about a hot tub.
Yeah. Well, sauna club's going to be Kendama related. We're not going to talk about that. That's a secret society. But there's a hot tub. We can hot boy it,
Okay.
So that's only wild because we had an independent discussion, like totally separate from this, about getting a bucket stadium because it'll float and putting it in like the swimming pool and launching bays into it in the swimming pool.
Yeah, we almost did it.
I like that.
Almost did it in Chicago, but the pool was a little smelly, so we stayed out of it.
It smelled really bad. We did not.
That bathroom near the pool.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, is like in between these rounds, like during this downtime, like there's a full restaurant that's really good. There's a full bar. You've got your room. There's tons of other stuff you can do. Like during your downtime, you can go check out other things. There's not a moment that you'll be bored.
Now, it's worth noting we will be at a hotel. Now, are you familiar with this hotel? Have you gone to past DexCons?
many times, bro.
Many, okay. Now you mentioned the full bar, but I know everyone in the Beyblade scene is not everyone's balling out of control. Now, can they have their own beer that they keep in their room? Is that okay?
Dude,
is that allowed?
10 out of 10,
okay.
Dude.
Okay.
Let me just do a little time warp. When I had my booth for my brand Grain Theory at last year's Kendama event, so this is the first DexCon. It's always been North American Kendama Open since a long time ago.
Okay, so NATO, yeah.
Yeah, so NACO, yeah.
Or NACO,
not NATO.
Well,
yeah.
Yo, we're going so
that's a whole different
my goal
podcast.
was, and again, my goal was to create the most like easy, welcoming environment. So I took the DJ decks out of the main room of the Kendama event, brought them into the lobby of the hotel. I had my booth set up that looked like a corner of Chicago Street with wheat pasted posters, crazy stuff everywhere. I brought 2 30 racks of Busch Light, put them on ice. I said, you want to sign up for a Beyblade event? They sign up and I throw them a beer. Sign up, throw you a beer. Sign up, throw you a beer. And everyone just went nuts. Again, my goal is just to like relax. Everyone, we're going to have some fun. You're probably going to get your ass handed to you at Beyblade, but you're going to have a beer, so it's all good.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have a hell of a time getting your ass handed to you.
Like, and we've got your boy Nate, that's his DJ name, your boy Nate, on the decks spinning house music. Like, it's just creating an atmosphere that allows people to relax and have fun. And that's how I feel like we're going to gain more bladers. And that's how we're going to gain bladers from fingerboarding and kendama. Because last year when I did this, I've got about 20 people now that are like, oh, I'm obsessed with Beyblade. Because last year we did this and like people were running to Target to buy Beyblades and come back and let them rip. And
Nice.
That's wonderful. That's
and
wonderful.
I'd love to see
so
that.
that's the goal, guys. That's the big brain goal of this whole thing. It's like I want Beybladers to find kendama and say kendama's sick and get a kendama. And now we have new members in our kendama world. I want kendama players to get Beyblades and be like, why have I not been doing this? Where have I been? And then I want and then fingerboarders and all that shit. Like it's the cross pollination concept, and it's just gonna, in my mind, it's just gonna be so easy because I'm equally obsessed with all these things, and I feel like some people that haven't been exposed to Beyblade in this style will be like, oh shit, this is insane, and then next thing you know, they're at y'all's events in Minnesota because there's a lot of Minnesota guys out there.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the
I
big
mean, that
brain
makes-
move.
Now that makes perfect sense. Now I do want to clarify while we're talking about the vibe real quick. Now obviously I understand there won't be any smoking inside the hotel, but is the event relatively 420 friendly? Is there going to be any issues if you enjoy partaking in some green?
Members of the Konama community do not partake in the green. We do not know what the jazz cabbage is. You cannot
No.
tell us about this. We do not know nothing.
Are you reading from a script?
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like a telemarketer prompt. Like,
Yeah.
We do not know anything about this. Please do not discuss any further notes. End statement.
Yeah.
No.
So we actually
Dude,
got
of course, brother, of course. Dude,
Yeah.
we're a bunch of it's finger skateboarders.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
balls on the
Wooden
rope.
Japanese bowling cup. Like it's gonna. I mean, outside, yes, of course, not in your room, of course, not all over, but it's very much so, and it's just all of the vices. And here's the thing that's cool, is we're always worried that we're going to be too much for the hotel because yeah, we are drinking, we are smoking, we're having a good time, we're doing our thing late into the night. We're having fun in the lobby, in the room, in the hallway, everywhere because we're taking over this hotel. And every year we're like, man, they're not going to have us back. They're going to be so mad at us. And so we go and we talk to the staff and we're like, guys, were we too much? We're like, no. Do you want to see what was before you? And we're like, what was that? And he showed us a picture of Santa Claus in bondage gear tied up in the lobby. And then I'm like Santa bondage fetish.
yeah,
Con.
I was gonna
And
ask if there was
you
something
guys
sexual
are
in
good.
nature.
You guys are good because we're just a bunch of nerds doing our shit, just like being our weird ass selves. And so, and they're like, well, bondage people are also a bunch of weird ass nerds doing themselves, but they got Santa in a leather mask and a ball gag tied up in the lobby. So, guys, we need to level up.
All right, Cake. You know what you're wearing, and you know what's happening to you. We're all set.
Yeah, I'm about to clip that. Jesus
Happening to
Christ.
you.
Cake only.
So that's the thing is like the hotel is very excited for us. We go there, the hotel gets good because we spend money at the bar, we spend money at the restaurant, we go there, we have a good time. Nobody trashes stuff because we are all part of communities that respect our community and we want to go do this again. We're not just going there thrashing some random hotel room or destroying a lobby. It's like, no. We're going to keep this lobby clean and keep everything cool because we want to come back. You know, like this is something that we care about. I want everyone to look at Beybladers, Kendamers, and fingerboarders like, oh yeah, those guys are chill. And not like, dude, you see those guys? That guy Cake was fucking dressed up like Santa Claus with a ball gag in his mouth in the lobby. Like, I don't want that. Nobody wants that. So it's like everyone is respectable and cool and chill. Dude, last time it ended up in a bonfire. Like we had first of all, I had built a booth out. I had plywood walls. And when it was time to get done with it, we were like, what do we do with this? So we Office Space it. You guys familiar with the film Office Space, where they destroy the
printer.
freaking copy machine?
Oh, copy
We
machine,
drug this wall out into a field, and we Office Space the shit out of it, and then we burnt it in a fire pit, and everyone kumbaya'd around a freaking little fire pit. It was great. It's fantastic, and that's going to happen again this year, guaranteed. I don't know about destroying my booth because I'm not going to build anything that big, but there will be a fire, and it's going to be good. It's hard to explain. I can go on. I'm probably talking too much, but I go on and on about how
No, you're good.
cool it is to be just in the midst of like one community that is all vibing really hard, and now we're going to have 3 communities. Everyone's going to be just having a good time, and those communities are going to intermingle unless it ends up in like a full-on brawl and like the fingerboarders talk shit to the Beybladers, and then they're in the parking lot with chains and knives, and who knows what's going to happen.
We don't need all that. If these guys just keep handing me Beyblades, I'll knock people out just by throwing Beyblades at their head. So it'll be good. We're gonna have a good time with that.
First of all, okay, guys. First of all, Kodama players or Beybladers? Who's going to win in a fight?
Kodama.
I don't know. I think Beybladers might. Well, we have projectiles, but the Kendama players have kind of, ball on chains.
You got a mace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that, actually. You have to have a war, but you can only use equipment from your game. That's the rule.
Yeah, metal needle is legal.
Okay, that levels us up a little bit.
Metal needle, Dream Strike.
You can't do that. Someone's eyes going out.
Anyway.
So that's great. So pretty much the only restriction, what you're saying, is Cake can't run around with his viper tail hanging out of his pants. As long as he's not doing that, we're good.
I mean, it's on low rush, so you won't be able to see it.
As long as it's not hanging out of his pants. It can, and the pants, fine.
It's on low rush, so you guys are fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, we will barely notice it, even if it does, I guess. So it's okay.
Yeah, So we actually got a couple questions coming from YouTube. One is from Plain Egg Salad. Do you guys have anything banned during the Beyblade tournaments?
No, not really. It's only Metal Needle for like, traditional tournament style. Like nothing else is going to be banned. Something might come up if there's like, I don't think there's a release that's going to be coming out right before it. Well, what do we have in August coming up? We have
the next set's on August 8th,
on the 8th.
so there'll be a bit of
Hell's
a gap.
Nether, yeah.
Hell's Nether, yeah. So it's a possibility, but I'm probably going to say that's probably going to be okay.
I think Hell's Nether is going to be too much of an issue.
Besides
So
the obviously,
what about like the classic, like worn down Rubber XL?
Yeah, that's just like traditional thing that's in the rule book. That will be checked. Not many people are running Rubber XL much anymore, but that is something that our judges will be checking for sure.
Yeah, it'd be the same down with any bit. The same thing with any bit that's too worn down.
Or what about broken bits? So like I've had like my low flat like actually like chipped on the side here.
Nope.
And can I not use that if it's chipped on the side?
Nope.
Okay. So no chipped bits. So no damage. So no damaged bits. No damaged ratchets.
No cracked Beyblades, Rico and Knuckles. None of that.
Yeah. Sometimes a wizard rod is like got a hairline crack in it. That's done. You can't play it.
And then it tears up my hand when I go to pick it up. Yeah, it's no point.
Yeah. Or like sometimes you'll be missing one tooth out of the gears. That's also not going to be legal.
Yep.
But that's all kind of standard things. Yeah. So for the greater question, like the products that are out right now are all legal, and probably the deck set will probably also be legal.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Let it play, baby.
Yep. So another question would be: are there going to be any vendors there? And if so, how would one person be able to vend at one of your guys at this event?
Dude, Wayward, hit him.
Sure. We got a lot of
that'll get you banned.
We got a lot of local vendors that are helping out. Like Vile is also like one of our biggest vendors here. He will be there. I'm not sure how much product he's going to have there at the moment with the market, but he does have a pretty good stockpile at the moment. Like he has product, so he'll have a table there. Most likely, our 3D printers. We have 1, 2, 3D or three 3D printers will be there. They have their products for deck boxes, grips, all sorts of cool things that you've seen online. Also, one of the vendors has a little bit of a stockpile of some Beyblades as well.
And then
Let's see.
T's mom does all sorts of like other stuff too, like keychains and
Yeah, yeah.
stickers. And
Yeah,
so
so
that's gonna
Great
be
Theory is going to have a booth there as well, so you guys will be able to come by and check out my product with Grain Theory and check out some kendamas. And yeah,
is Slush Cult going to be in our area?
Slush Cult might not be vending, but he
Okay.
might be running around with a trench coat and stuff inside his trench coat.
Yeah,
Fingerboards
but no,
or
fingerboards. So
Okay.
guys, go check out Slush Cult. Like just Slush Cult on Instagram and
Mhm.
the interwebs. But they do all kinds of stuff from ramps to they actually just started carrying Beyblades because he's way into it and he's okay. So can I tell a story real quick?
Yeah, we got time.
I went to Fingerboard Con. Yes, there's a Fingerboard Con, and it's in Massachusetts. And I did
Out
a
of
little
all
Googling,
states.
and it's exactly an hour away from Molotow's headquarters.
Ooh.
So I land in Massachusetts, and I'm like, yo, dude, we just started a relationship. We just started like doing the video thing. I'm like, I'm so close to you. I've got about 400 people here that are fingerboarders, and I brought some Beyblades, but I don't have a stadium. Is there any way you can get me a stadium so I can run like renegade matches in the hotel lobby and have some fun? And he said, on it. The next friggin' day, this big box shows up and it's got a full stadium and just tons of Beyblades, tons of launchers, tons of grips, like everything. And I'm like,
That's
oh
awesome.
shit. And so I did this like unboxing. I have a video on my Instagram that you guys can go check out. And I just was like, boom, Beyblade. And again, it's what we've all heard
Beyblade.
before. Like, Beyblade, like, I used to do that. Like, I remember that. Like, oh, Beyblade? And then so I'm like, yeah. I just start taking stuff open. I'm like, here you go. Try this, try this, try this, try this. Like, here we go. This is how we do it. And we're just into the night, just ripping Beyblades. And Clayton from AKA Slush God, AKA my main rival, may I destroy him every time. He just was in it. And he's in it like I'm in it. And it's like, I want to play a character. Like, I want to go in there and talk some smack and be like, yeah, good luck. And like kind of be a character and have some fun. And so me and him kind of had some fun with it. And he just went in deeper than anybody. And other people started going in. And so he gets back to California. And next thing you know, in his videos, there's a bucket stadium like in an alley. And he's got everyone just like freshly bought Beyblades from Target and Walmart, just ripping and going nuts. And they're just going crazy because they're bringing it street level. They're bringing Beyblade to a skate park level. You know what I'm saying? And so he's been going nuts. And so he's going to be there for fingerboarding, but we had a meeting and he's really excited for the Beyblade. So he's going to be cruising around being like, yo, throw down a bucket stadium. Because that's kind of the vibe, and it's like if you beat him, you might get a fingerboard, you know. And he says he's not like too much into like vending. He's like, I don't know if I want to vend, but I'd rather go there and just like Beyblade and do like cool stuff. He's such a cool free thinker and like fun ways of marketing. And instead of just doing the traditional like we're gonna set up a booth and vend, he's like on some other wavelength. So I'm really excited to see what he does. And he's gonna have a lot of fun with it. He's probably gonna host another mini game / like side event, and I hope he joins the actual event and we get to meet in battle because I've never seen him cry before.
Damn.
Oh, you're trying to make that happen, huh? Damn.
Oh, it will happen.
Well,
To quote Yoda,
Okay.
"Do or do not. There is no try."
well.
So guys, we are nearing the end of the episode time. So before we get into our normal end of episode antics, I did want to put out there if anyone has any questions about contact or isn't sure how to sign up. I know there's been a few struggles with that in the past. or just needs more information, who is somebody they can reach out to and talk to about that?
And honestly, either of us, I'm probably more on Discord, like on a daily basis, talking with my community. So if you do want to reach out to me, I think my Discord is Wayward.
1412, is that it?
Is it?
Wayward, I think.
I don't know. Your name is always in our description.
Yeah, I'll be in the description.
1453.
Wayward
there you go.
1453.
Yeah, so you can hit me up. So I'll go over kind of the ticket really quick here. When you go to the link, the link is challenge.com/events/contact26 because it's the 2026.
Makes sense.
When you go there, you'll get either a competitor pass, we'll say competitor, or a spectator pass for the 3-day weekend. So decide right there what you want to do, if you're competing or not. From there, it'll bring you to the events, or you're just done. Like you got your spectator pass. If you click competitor, you're either going to do next up, which you have to be 12 and under, uppercut, which is our main Swiss event, which is $30, or the team event, which is on Sunday, $15 per teammate. So you can figure out your team at the event or have it lined up before. We'll get that situated on that Sunday. But yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Cake will put my name in the description. I can help you out pretty quick within a day or so. Yep.
That sounds sick.
Actually,
yeah.
and also, if anyone's interested in sponsoring or giving prizes, we're going to be doing tons of shout outs. A great way to kind of like, and again, it's a great way to get your name out to not just the Beyblade community, but to these two other communities that are going to be kind of in the ecosystem of this event. And if you're interested in vending or doing anything like that, just reach out to either Wayward or myself. I'm at Strayblade BBX on, or Strayblade X on Instagram, and then there's Contact BBX on Instagram. But yeah, I mean, we're always looking. Again, this whole thing is about bringing community support together. So reach out to any of us, and we'll be able to see if we can make it happen.
But so we got one final question before we go into tournaments, which is, I think, kind of important. Can you upgrade the pass?
Yeah, so I kind of ran into some issues with this. I thought you could. It does have an edit your order kind of thing. But that's really only if you have a ticket and you can change your name if you need to. Do you know anything else about this, Jake? If you can edit it or possibly buy into more tickets at the door?
As in, like, let's say you get, like, I'm going to go to Contact and I get my competitor pass and I am going to enter uppercut. So I buy that, purchase it. But I get there and I'm like, dude, these guys need a teammate. I want to be on this team. How can I get into this team? I think that we can figure that out there. It might be a thing, like, if you want to edit it and join another event, if you're 12 or under, you can join the 12 and under. And we can figure that out there. So when you sign in, let's say you want to enter, we can probably ring you up for those events. But that'll probably be at the event kind of thing. And again, that's why I find it important to be there Friday, because Friday's when we're all going to meet, hang out, do some side events, and kind of figure all of this like things out like that. And you can actually scope, practice, check out your opponents, meet up with people, have some fun in the side games, check out Kendama and all that. But that's Friday's probably when we'll figure a lot of that stuff out. And again, this is Wayward and I's first time doing an event of this scale. So we're, first of all, very appreciative of everybody's patience and everyone understanding, like, we're kind of in uncharted territories here. And we're going to make sure that everyone gets what they need, and we're going to make sure that everyone has a good time. So if you need to modify your pass, meaning you want to join another event, come see us at the event or write us just on Instagram or hit up Wayward on the Discord.
Yeah, I see one more question here. If you can get a refund if you can't go. I think we were kind of cutting it off at like 2 weeks before the event. If it's too close to the event day, you're not going to be getting a refund. I think we established the 2 weeks before August 21st.
Yeah.
If you don't reach out to us beforehand, I'm sorry, but your money is put into our prize pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then also to go off of what Jake said about, upgrading your ticket, the easiest thing is if you have an uppercut ticket and you want to play in that team event, it's not going to be too hard to deal with that. Like we can take $15 and you can play in the team event because the challenge is going to be developed the day with all the team names. So it's a separate challenge that will be created on that Sunday. So that's probably the easiest thing. And then the next level, like you said, it all gets sorted out. Just know that we have the top judges, and the tournaments are going to go super smooth. We have a queue,
Nice.
like everything to do with the tournament is going to be perfect. Like our community here is very, we're tight on the rules. We're putting our top judges out there. We're going to be calling mid-airs, like everything that you want to worry about going into a tournament, like how lenient are they going to be? How strict are they going to be? It's going to be something that's worth playing in. You're not going to go home feeling like, oh, well, that person didn't call the mid-air. I could have won the whole tournament if that judge didn't say the right call, right? So
See,
the whole thing-
Wayward, I feel like that was both
Yeah.
informative and like an undercover dig at the same time, and I'm absolutely living for it. Like,
Yeah, I really do. I believe after going to multiple events, I mean, I'm sorry to keep the podcast going, but I've gone to
No, keep
multiple events and seen different communities and how they judge. And I really do love coming back home to Minnesota because our judges are strict but fair and honest.
Mhm.
And like even if so Wacko's on my team, if he was judging me, he would judge me just the same if I wasn't on his team.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
he is going to call the right calls, and that's what you need in a tournament like this at this scale. So I just wanted to add that last little part.
No, that's fair.
I mean, that's important. That is really important. We've never really had major issues with that here at all. Like I know in other scenes, there's been
No.
sometimes accusations of impropriety when it comes to local players or teammates or things like that. We just don't have those problems here. It's just not like that. So it's pretty good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Our goal is also to have like the right amount of space, like no crowding. So like we have an
Yep.
entire ballroom. We're gonna have wayward spin stands. We're gonna have fresh stadiums, asterisks, and
Oh, what's the asterisk for? Are you still working that out?
we're still working that out. Like my goal is to our goal is to have fresh stadiums so no one has to sacrifice their stadiums, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so that's a goal. And we're gonna have as many of those as we possibly can. But also just the space. Like you won't have to worry about like looking behind
Elbowing
you.
the
It's
guy
just
behind
like
you.
just stay in your zone and launch the way you need to launch. Everything's gonna be spaced out. We're gonna have Wayward and I have gone so deep on thinking about what's gonna make the optimal Beyblade experience, and that's what we're trying to do. And again, this is our first time doing contact, and we don't plan on stopping with this first one. Our goal is to bring it back next year and
Love it.
beyond. And so, yeah, thank you guys for having us on the podcast and being able to talk about it, break it down to a competition level, to a vibe level, to a goals level, and a community level. So thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. So, towards the end of the podcast, we are going to be talking about more upcoming events. So, Vio, go ahead.
All right, so this Saturday, Kraken hits 4 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. start time, 10 p.m. or 10 p.m. $10 entry. It's going to be ranked, so you can use everything except your metal needle. Pretty simple. I guess the exciting bit is if we hit 50 or more players, we're going to have the blue metal coat samurai saber in the prize
Oh,
pool.
So pretty.
And also, thanks to a generous donation from our good friend Wacko Carnival down there, we will have a brand new inbox Asian region Glory Valkyrie in the prize pool. So a very nice donation there from Wacko. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Probably pumps my numbers up a little bit. So that's good. So that's going to be this Saturday. And then the following Saturday, It's going to be 4 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. start time at the B-Side Lounge at Broken Clock Brewery down in Minneapolis. That's going to be $5 entry, double elimination. There's going to be some cool prizes up for that. We're going to try to knock it out real quick because we only have a 4-hour block. So we're going to have a lot of stations. This room is going to be great. Psycho Pomp's got everything figured out with his contact, Peter, at the venue. So we're going to have a PA system, all the stuff you come to expect now. It's going to be a sick time. And everyone should check that out if they're able to as well. Again, 4 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. start, $5 entry. And if you don't want to have to park kind of far down the road, you probably want to try to get there early, just a heads up. Both of those events are on the WBO right now. So go ahead and get signed up today. No reason to delay. Now, with that, the following day on the 16th, Sam is going to have a little mini event at Kraken Hits. I can't speak too much to what that's going to be or any of that, but it'll probably be $7 entry like his events normally are. And we're probably going to see some type of trial event for the Grand Prix. So you might want to bring your knee pads with if you have them. And that's going to be good experience for those of you, especially those of you who missed the GP practice a few weeks back. So go ahead and check that out. Then the following weekend, everyone already knows we've been talking about it for almost the past 2 hours now. From the 21st to the 23rd, we're going to have Contact. That's at the hotel that Cake knows the name of that I never do.
And so there are, and our guests do.
Okay,
Crown
but
Plaza.
yeah, the Crown Plaza in Plymouth,
Yes, the Minneapolis
Minnesota.
Crown Plaza.
There you go. Plymouth, Minnesota, right by where I used to live. Still can't get the name down. And everyone kind of knows the setup for that. It's going to be $30 for your Dexcom pass. And then if you're playing in Next Up 12 and under, that's $10. If you're playing the Swiss Showdown on Saturday, that's going to be an extra $30. And if you're playing in the team event on the Sunday, that's going to be an extra $15 per player. Per player, not per team. That's important. All right. It's going to be a great time. I know some people are going to have hotel rooms there, so they're going to be up until the wee hours of the morning, letting it rip. Maybe they'll do a little fingerboarding, get a little, a little experimental. And obviously there'll be a lot of Kendama stuff there too. So I know we're going to see some of our Kendama friends like Blader N and WB and Dragoon Axe. I'm sure they're all going to be there.
Yes,
so
those guys. Oh my God, I love them so much.
Yeah, so that's going to be super sick. Everyone should try to go. And I know some of you are going to him and Han say, "Oh, but it's a fair amount of money." And maybe you're not wrong, guys, but it is an experience. You have to look at it like you're not just going to a tournament; it's an experience. It's 3 days of getting to hang out with your bros and your sisses and playing Beyblade and maybe learning some other skills in kendama or fingerboarding if you want to, drinking some beer, smoking some green. Having a great old time. So really make sure you look at it as an experience. That's very important. All right. Following that, the 29th, Sam's going to have an event at Kraken Hits, 4 p.m. start, 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. start. That's going to be in the big room. This is on a Saturday. Might be another GP practice event. Might be one of Sam's wacky formats. I couldn't tell you for sure yet. $7 entry for that. And then we have the big one, guys. Everyone knows about this. Everyone's waiting for this. And this is where we're going to see our Chicago MC, the black gentleman that was referenced earlier. Apparently, he's coming up to this too. So that's going to be super sick. And that's the Hasbro Grand Prix event at the Mall of America. All the times and dates, the date's September 5th. The times I'm not super well versed on, but it's all on the Beyblade website. You can probably also find it on the Amazon website if you know where to look for that. And pretty much everyone from Minnesota and a lot of people from out of state are going to be there. Obviously, the Minnesota Grand Prix qualifier, and then moving right along to the national championships, the kids division, the open division. Going to be a sick day. So we have a huge month of Beyblade coming up, everyone. So go ahead and sign up for everything that you can make it to. And we hope to see each and every one of you out there as much as is humanly possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, other than that, I think we are good to call it a day. So once again, really appreciate our wonderful guests for coming out today, for taking time out of their schedule to talk about this amazing event that's going to be going on. in just a couple weeks. So if you guys have not done yet so, the flyer is up on the screen right now. Go ahead, scan that QR code right now. Join this tournament. Look at all those sponsors. Look at all those amazing prizes. This is definitely one event you do not want to miss out. Yeah, so that event is going to be absolutely awesome. So appreciate all of you guys for listening. Appreciate everyone for participating in our giveaway. Next one is going to be equally as awesome. Appreciate all the love and support, especially giving us that Podcast of the Year nomination over at BayCon. It is such a big honor, so appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Go to baysandbricks.com and use code SPINZONE at checkout, and also go to mallatoys.com/spinzonepodcast at checkout for some monies off your orders. Definitely gotta try to get all those new bays and everything. But guys, up until next time, so long, stay safe out there. Have a great and awesome rest of your day.